And with this episode, the tournament between Universe 6 and 7 comes to a close. So, before we even get into the hype stuff, like, the final part of the episode with, the king of everything, or I'm going to assume the god of everything, to the preview of next week's episode that talks about the god of dragons, and then we get to see the fight between Hit and Goku. Besides all that stuff, I want to get the first thing out of the way, and it's the one thing that I really just need to discuss first before I get into all the good epic shit of the episode, and that would be Monica. Oh my god. Okay. Monica. The titty man. I don't care. You know what? I'm not even gonna call him by his name. I'm gonna call him fucking titty man. I'm not respecting this character. This character is pretty much Hercule 2.0. Now, don't get me wrong, I like Hercule. I love Hercule. He's a cool character. He's an ass sometimes, but he's a good character. And I grew to love him in the Boo Saga. And now, seeing this character and how he was built up since the Battle of Gods movie, that's years ago, I'm disappointed. I'm really fucking disappointed. I really am. I love this episode, don't get me wrong. Just when it comes to this certain plot point of Dragon Ball Super, I am extremely disappointed. Because Monica, oh my god, it was cringy. Like, it was meant to be funny, but I was like, this ain't funny to me. Because Monica, he's been built up, and then Beerus selects him, and all this. I'm like, are you I was just hoping there was some form of fake information Beerus was talking about. Maybe we didn't understand the entire story of it. Maybe there was only a certain way he can become serious and use his ability. But apparently not. He's a coward, he was shit in a brick, and the entire loss of Hit in this episode was pretty much what happened to Android 18. That's exactly what happened in this episode. Seriously. Go back to the World Martial Arts Tournament in the Boo Saga. You will see 18 pretty much lose in the exact same way as this episode. So, when it comes to that, overall, extremely disappointed with Monica as a character. I just, Titty Man needs to just get the fuck out. I don't want to see him anymore. I really don't. I'd rather have Hercule. So, besides that, moving on to better things of this episode and this arc, the arc has come to a close, and it's starting up something very interesting. The King of Everything has appeared at the end of the episode, and talking about the design. The design of this King of Everything, or God of Everything, I'm going to assume that he's the God of Everything. I think this dude, his appearance and design, it's off-putting. Like, he looks like he's nothing strong, but looks can be deceiving, which is why I was giving, Monica, or Titty Man, the benefit of the doubt. Pretty much. I was thinking maybe Monica is pretty fucking strong. Well, pretty much, you have it to where this king arrives, and Beerus and Champa are shit in a brick. They're scared. Like, you see them very nervous. They're like, well, what's he doing here? And then we get camera panned onto this new character, and then the episode pretty much ends. So, I'm wondering, like, this dude obviously has to be very strong to make Beerus and Champa shit a brick. So, this dude, since he's the king of everything, does that mean he is the king of all the universes? As we know, there was like one universe that had all the other universes in one, so does that mean that this person is the controller of all the universes? And if so, why is he here? Is it because Beerus and Champa had this match? Did they break some form of rules? Or did something else happen that needs to be addressed? Maybe all the gods need to be summoned to do something. Maybe a next selection of gods. I don't know, I'm just throwing it out there, different theories. But for now, though, pretty damn hyped up for that. I really am. I'm really hyped up to see what type of potential this character has and why Beerus and Champa is sweating. Now, the God of the Dragons, that was in the preview of next week's episode. You can watch through, the episode's ending song, and you get to the preview, and you have it to where we get to see the dragon. The new dragon summoned with the Super Dragon Balls. And it's a solid gold dragon. The design, we haven't seen the entire body and all that, so I can't really make any kind of detailed guesses of how he looks, but I want to say overall, being solid gold and the way solid, it looked very basic and plain from the way the face looked. But for now, though, I'll have to see till next week's episode. I'm looking forward to seeing the God of Dragons and seeing what type of wishes he could grant. I mean, let's think about this, okay? what would they wish for with the Super Dragon Balls? I mean, it's obviously going to have to be something important. I don't know. Maybe Goku might wish for something, maybe to link all the universes or something. Maybe something bad will happen. I don't know, but it's definitely going to have something very big when it comes to the plot point of Dragon Ball Super for this probably upcoming arc. Now, getting into the Hit versus Goku match. Okay, so the match comes to an end. And overall, Hit reveals that he has been holding back, which is kind of obvious, because Hit's a trained assassin, and he is pretty much more into killing. Like, his moves are meant for killing instead of holding back. As an assassin, you usually use every movement as probably to use lethal movements to take down an opponent as fast as possible. And when Hit's, attacking someone's vitals like he was doing Goku and Vegeta, he was still holding back to a point, because he could have attacked their most vital organs and they could have instantly just dropped dead right there, but he probably avoided that because he didn't want to kill them, because he would lose to begin with. So Hit was holding back the entire time. Goku realized this, and he's like, hey, I want you to remove all the rules. I want him to be able to go all out. I want him to be able to kill me, because that would mean that he can use his full power, which is very risky. And I love the dialogue Hit says to Goku. He says, do you not fear death? And I'm thinking in my mind right now, like, are you fucking serious right now, Hit? You're talking to a man that has already, like, 1 foot in the grave, and he's already died multiple times already, and on top of that, the majority of the characters of Dragon Ball get summoned back. So, death kind of, some point, or sometimes in the series has, like, no meaning. So, yeah, just throwing it out there. So, yeah, Hit, Goku, he doesn't fear death. He has no reason. He'll just be wished back a week later. Okay, so shits and giggles aside, talking about the actual fight. So, about the time leap, or whatever Hit was using. Now, last week we saw an example that Goku was able to, like, break his time leap. With this episode, Hit, once again, he progresses to a point to where the time leap is working. So, I don't know how to really view this, because Hit is progressing at a fast rate with his strength, which is kind of impressive self-improvement, but Goku was able to break that at times 10, okay? Times 10 Kaioken, Super Saiyan Blue or whatever, okay? And Hit, he progressed past that, and now he's able to overcome Goku at that level. So I'm curious now exactly how far can Hit go, because, I mean, his character is ridiculous. He's a really ridiculous character to be able to fight Goku like that. I mean, Hit still, he took a lot of damage for not as many blows as, Goku got. Like, if you actually look at probably the hit counter that happened to Hit, no pun intended, and Goku got hit a whole lot more compared to Hit. Hit got hit, I don't know the exact number, okay? I'm not gonna pretend I do, but I'm gonna assume maybe a dozen or so punches, maybe, okay, that Hit actually took from Goku. And even then, he probably didn't take that many to begin with. But if you look at Hit, he was in the exact same position as Goku. He was really damaged. He really was damaged, and he could barely move when he was fighting Goku. So I'm willing to bet that overall in terms of strength and power, Goku still has Hit, but since Hit has time leap abilities and he's able to do all these fatal blows to someone, he kind of has an advantage there. Now, I also have to give points to Hit for being able to stand up to Champa. That was quite impressive. I mean, you have to have some pretty big fucking balls to stand up to the God of Destruction, even if the God of Destruction's a lazy son of a bitch. But still, to see Hit stand up to Champa, he's like, I knew this was coming. He was getting ready to fight. You could tell he was scared, but he was getting ready to fight. I respect that a lot. So Hit definitely has moved up into one of my personal favorite characters, in the very least of Dragon Ball Super. Now, besides that, episode overall was a very good episode. Can't wait to see what happens next week. I love you all. You have a wonderful day or night wherever you live. Please be safe. Chibi out.